3 Ukrainian cruise missiles crossed into Russian airspace above the Black Sea, speeding toward a gas terminal near the Krasnodar coast. Positioned to intercept them was an S400 battery near Napa, Russia's most sophisticated air defense system. For the Russian operators monitoring their radar screens, it was shaping up to be a routine morning. However, they had yet to detect the full scope of the assault. This was no ordinary strike. It was a carefully coordinated package designed to overwhelm, confuse, and penetrate every layer of defense standing between Ukraine and its target, the gas storage tanks. These were the Ukrainian FP-5 Flamingos, missiles flying in loose formation just 200 feet above the sea's surface. The Flamingos' composite fuselages sliced through the salty air at speeds of 540 miles per hour. Each missile weighed approximately 13,000 pounds, yet on radar screens, they appeared as something far smaller, closer to the size of a pelican. About 40 kilometers inland from the coast and roughly 20 miles northeast of the S400 site, the Russian 91N6E Big Bird acquisition radar scanned the southern horizon. Its operators were seeing returns that defied logic. The phased array antenna, capable of tracking up to 300 targets simultaneously across 370 miles on an ideal day, was struggling with these targets. They were uncooperative and elusive. The radar operator observed what looked like ghost signals, intermittent contacts flickering in and out of the clutter caused by the waves. Targets would appear for 2 sweeps, vanish for 3, then reemerge on a slightly different bearing each time. The radar could tell something was out there based on velocity data, but it couldn't reliably classify or track the objects. The problem wasn't the radar's capabilities, but the physics of detection. At just 200 feet above the water, the curvature of the Earth creates a radar shadow zone that no ground-based radar can see through. The 91N6E radar, mounted on a truck chassis around 26 feet tall, was limited by basic geometry to detecting sea-skimming targets only up to about 22 miles away. The famed 250-mile engagement range of the S400 system is based on tracking high-altitude bombers flying at 30,000 feet, not missiles skimming just above the waves, where radar beams struggle to reach. The designers of the Flamingo missile understood this limitation perfectly and engineered their weapon to exploit it. The missile's airframe is composed of 3 main sections. The forward section, about 8 feet long, contains the guidance package, which includes an inertial measurement unit with 3 ring laser gyroscopes and accelerometers, a GPS receiver equipped with anti-jamming filters, and a mission computer that merges navigation data and executes a pre-programmed flight path. What makes the Flamingo truly stealthy is its fuselage construction. It's made from e-glass fiberglass composite, woven glass fibers embedded in epoxy resin, layered over a honeycomb core that provides strength without adding weight. This structure helps the missile evade radar detection by reducing its radar cross-section. At precisely 0703 hours, the Flamingos crossed the radar's 22-mile detection threshold. The 91N6E radar finally locked onto the lead missile, classifying it with a velocity of 541 miles per hour. Flying at an altitude of 190 feet and heading 047 degrees magnetic, directly toward the gas terminal, now just 18 miles away. 8 seconds later, an S400 battery also classified the same target, confirming the radar's data. However, this redundant information came too late to make a difference. The battery commander had roughly 50 seconds before the window for engagement closed. The 92N60 Gravestone fire control radar slewed toward the incoming missile. Its narrow beam provided the precision tracking necessary for interception. Behind the lead Flamingo, 2 additional contacts were detected, followed by a slower, more numerous group of targets, too many to count before the first missiles had to be launched. Without waiting for coordination with the S400 battery, the commander gave the order to engage. The launch sequence was swift, taking just 4 seconds from command to ignition. The 92N6E radar transmitted trajectory data directly to the missile's onboard computer, while the launcher rail elevated to the required departure angle. The gas generator pressurized the ejection system, and compressed nitrogen expelled the 48N6DM missile from the tube, at roughly 100 feet per second, fast enough for the missile to clear the vehicle before its solid fuel booster ignited. The 48N6DM interceptor, nearly 23 feet long and weighing just under 4,000 pounds at launch, is a two-stage missile designed to intercept incoming threats. Once airborne, the missile's sustainer motor ignited, and it began receiving mid-course guidance updates via data link from the ground-based radar system. In the terminal phase of the engagement, the missile's onboard semi-active seeker took control of guidance. When the lead 48N6DM closed in to within about 40 feet of the Flamingo, its proximity fuse triggered. The resulting explosion scattered tungsten fragments that shredded the missile's tail section, severing hydraulic lines, and causing the missile to tumble uncontrollably into the Black Sea in pieces. Although the interceptor succeeded in destroying the lead missile, the complex and coordinated nature of the attack posed a significant challenge to Russian air defenses.